I guess I was someone that was always like, a bit of an awkward shopper. I never really enjoyed doing it and really wasn't that fond of, going into any sort of shopping environment, because I would always be worried that I would buy something and then put it on later on and then never wear it, for example. So going through this experience, sitting here in, these fitted clothes that are, designed, tailored for me, if you will, like, you can notice the difference. Like, just sitting here, I feel good, I feel like I'm ready for business. And I suppose, part of the motivation was, I've seen quite a lot of the top guys in our industry, in our office specifically, they just happen to be the best dressed as well. So
it's not an accident, it's not an accident. Like, they do think of the 1%, and this is where I think you get to be, obviously, you've done incredibly well. Like, I congratulate you immensely by what you've done. And I feel like that when that comes into your head about being that 1% better, whether it be a morning routine or whether it be what you listen to in the car on the way to work, or your dress sense, does all matter. It all makes a huge difference. The psychological factor in a negotiation, when you're dressed well, not the best dress, but dressed well, makes a huge difference in the negotiation. If you're going in there in shorts and t-shirts, as it's quite extreme, you're not going to get the deal done. It doesn't matter how good you are at your job. If you're going in there in a pinstripe suit, a well-fitted shirt, a nice tie, shiny shoes, it's going to impact your favour massively. And that goes across the board for mainly any industry, because it's a psychological thing, it's a human thing, but it does make a huge difference.
Yeah, well, quite often we will go to developer events, and they will have launches for new projects, and there'll be thousands of brokers there.
Yeah.
And with these thousands of brokers, you'll see something of everything, right? For example, like a big trend that I'm seeing with a lot of the younger brokers is you'll have sort of the suits, but you'll have like the sneakers or the kicks, with a t-shirt under, and then you'll see others to the extreme that might have like, a bright gold suit and really want to stand out. So
I've seen them before, and the pros and cons to both is formality and then casual. But you have to understand, like, I was told this in Ireland many years ago: dress for the day you have. Okay, dress for the day you have, meaning that look at your calendar and see, okay, well, I'm meeting a very wealthy, very respectable landlord in a hotel lobby, let's say in downtown, for instance. You're not going to turn up in the t-shirt and the trainers. You're going to wear the pinstripe suit, the tie, the shirt. Then, contrastingly, on, say, Saturday morning, you have a view in the family for maybe an investment or maybe as an end user. They're looking to buy a villa. They're coming from the beach, coming from lunch. You're not going to wear the pinstripe suit to that meeting because it will then not sit on their level.
Yeah, well, the big thing you want to do when you're with customers is you want to relate to them.
Exactly, be on their level.
Yeah, you want to relate to them, you want to mirror their behaviour, you really want to make them feel comfortable. So I was always after something that would be fairly neutral in all situations. Like, like this, for example, you can sit with that high net worth clients, and there's no shortage of them in Dubai with everything that's happening here, but also still be professional, but yet relatable to, a family or a first home buyer or something like that.
You mentioned about the other side when, like, the loud guys, like those guys in the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I do agree that there's a time and a place for that, but I let my fittings and my accessories and the details do the talking when it comes to hair. Yeah. I have, you could call, brash, loud suits, but again, my industry is very different, say, to yours.
Yeah.
I can maybe allowed to wear them a little bit more, but I would rather you wear a dark grey suit, well fitted, it's comfortable and it looks great. That will stand out more, and I can guarantee it can stand out way more than the guy in the ill-fitting gold suit that's trying to get a buyer, and that's tried and tested, and I believe it's massively true,
No, exactly right. And I suppose obviously the look's one thing, but just the feel.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really surprised how much I'm just enjoying having the clothes off.
It shouldn't be,
like,
it shouldn't be a nuisance. Like, I say to my clients, you shouldn't want to take that off straight away when you get in the door. You shouldn't, as soon as 6 p.m. comes, you shouldn't be taking off your top button just because you're finished work. It should be like a comfortable thing, and you should be able to sit in your suit or your outfit for as long as you want to fit in it, rather than it being tight in the arms or being tight in the waist and stuff. Or I never wear the jacket because it's always in the car. I want to leave it there because it doesn't fit me. This shouldn't be the case. If you've invested time and money into this, you should want to wear it and feel comfortable in whatever you're wearing for as long as you want to wear it.
Well, I think that's exactly what I tell clients in relation to property.
Yes.
Like, buying a property should not really be a stressful, panic sort of situation. It should be an enjoyable process. Like, I don't want someone taking on too much, spending over their limits, or trying to be too aggressive with buying multiple properties all at once, if that is too much for them. So very much the same thing. Buying a property should be a fun, enjoyable process where once the transaction's in place, the initial paperwork's done, you should feel happy. You should feel excited. You shouldn't actually be worried about it and a week later stressing, oh, what are we committed to? So
that's your job as a professional. And same with me. When clients come in here, and like I said before, they may not know anything about suits. They may just come in and they've never had a suit made before. They've never even bought a suit before, and they want to invest in themselves. They want to get a suit made, and because they want to feel confident and they want to feel powerful, like you said. That is then making the client, whether it be suits or real estate, feel comfortable and feel at ease. And no one's going to buy something, whether it be a cup of coffee, a pizza, or a suit, or a house, when they're stressed and when they're anxious. It's when you bring the client out for a cup of coffee and make them feel, okay, this is the area you're looking to buy in. How do you feel? Texting them, how's the kids play on in school, this kind of thing. Making a little extra effort to make them feel relaxed, makes them feel calm, and then they'll buy from you as a person, because obviously you've done it for long enough, or you've done well enough, in the sense that that people buy from people.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think sometimes as well, the sign of a good advisor, sometimes you've got to tell people things that they need to hear, not necessarily what they want to hear. Like, for example, when I came in, I was very green on the whole process and that type of thing. So you sort of, took the reins and said, look, your first couple of suits, fitted, custom, etc. Look, the pinstripe, the charcoal. And I was a little uncertain about the charcoal, but then obviously we talked about it more. You explained the reasons why, and I was like, okay, yes.
It's just like ticking boxes, really. For me, it's like it's solving problems, same as yourself. It's ticking boxes and solving problems that I want you to be able to go to a numerous amount of events and occasions and stuff, whether it be formal or casual or business. And then I want you to not just have one suit in the wardrobe that's for that particular event. We're kind of big on sustainability here as well. I want you to be able to wear these suits for 10, 12 years to come, and have that grey suit like that you've worn to X amount of things in the past,
It's funny. It's funny that you said the word sustainability. It's so relatable to property, because sustainability is a big thing for people in terms of buying property now as well. Like, how energy efficient is the building? What are the amenities like? What's my power bill going to be? All this type of thing. So it's just funny how much correlation there is between, pricing and property as well.
Because we obviously we use fabric, so we want to make sure that the fabric is used as much as possible, because we don't want the machines, we don't want the transportation. We want it to be as less as possible, while still being effective as possible for you.
No, but I think, I suppose the key thing is, looking good is feeling good.
Exactly. So, and then it is like a suit of armor. It's all kind of cliche of, like kind of Kingsman and all these kind of things. It's like, it is a suit of armor. Like, when I started putting on tailor-made suits and started working in the tailoring, my confidence went through the roof, and not to arrogance level, but just my confidence went through the roof in the sense that not many people were wearing it, not my age, first of all. Walking through a shopping mall dressed like Tony Shelby is not the thing that people do. Overcoat and hat on and everything, and it wasn't done on a Sunday afternoon, but now I've been in this industry for a long time, and I do know what I'm talking about, and I do care a lot of what I do. So then that comes across as experience and knowledge and working value.
No, certainly. I mean, when I came into it, I was a bit nervous about the process as well. And because you're spending money, and you want to walk out with something that does tick all the boxes. So, but after our first, probably 5-10 minutes of chatting, I was like, okay, this guy knows his stuff.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, again, and something you feel at ease. Like you've been on the other side of it. Now you're on the other side of the table where you're the client.
Yes. Exactly.
And know what it feels like to just be, Even sometimes I would have a client in and I wouldn't say anything really about suits for 5-10 minutes, and that helps because they may have had a bad phone call in the car, they may have been in traffic, or and then they're not going to have their best self. And me as well, sometimes I just have to take 10 minutes in between appointments, because if that appointment was very, say, stressful, I need like a few minutes just to de-stress and then go in again and then give my 100% to you as a client, because you don't deserve anything but the best for you, So, yeah.
No, absolutely. And I can already tell, I think it's kind of one of those things, like when you start doing something that you enjoy, that you were initially a little bit fearful of, like going to the gym or playing sport or whatever it is. Like I can see now sitting around here with the different colours and the different outfits, knowing how good this feels, I could honestly see myself, just going down the rabbit hole.
I got my number, so you just know, you know what to call. But no, but that's it. Like, we want this to be a one-stop shop. Like Suited Booted has become this one-stop shop, whether it be for casual wear, beach wear. We have swim shorts, chinos, blazer suits, morning suits. For Royal Ascot and all that kind of stuff, and casual t-shirts, all those stuff. So we really have ticked every box in terms of you just coming in, you get your phone and stuff for work. Then you also have a brunch in the weekend, you know, and then having that sorted, and then having the vacation in the Maldives sorted, and you know, all this kind of stuff is all just ticked up by us. And we wanted to be as less stressed as possible.
So what you're saying is basically no excuse for leaving the house and not looking good.
Exactly. You should always, whether it be a Monday to Friday or a Saturday, Sunday, you should always be looking your best as possible. It doesn't have to be the most expensive, doesn't have to be the most flashiest, but it has to be, you know, the best fitted and the best colour choices and all that kind of stuff. So,
makes sense.
just
Awesome.
always.
All right.
Pleasure.
Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
so much.